G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of Campton Racing. After last week we thought we'd give it another go. We were a little bit green like some of our horses, but we'll get better and better each week.
Most definitely. Thank you for all your support and tuning in. I definitely didn't want to watch myself after the first go, but anyway, we are back, so that's good. To start our show off on a high this week, obviously we had Host Win Crown win on debut at Lismore, which was really good.
Yeah, it was good. Good to see a horse like him go and win. He trialled enormous going into it. I transferred to Lismore races. I was a little bit concerned about the track, but we've got another horse by the same stallion in Hallowed Crown, and he gets through the wet as well. So I was a little bit confident going into the race. He's a lovely horse. He's an exciting horse. If he goes to Hong Kong, he goes to Hong Kong. We'll know that we've done our job to get him over there, and Mr. Tan's been a great supporter of our stable since we started. I think to go and do that on debut, I know it was only a Lismore maiden, but I was pretty taken back by the way he went about his business, even being at the race. He was very professional, and then Elion rode him an absolute peach, and he just kept trying all on. I think in time he'll be a miler. We'll go to a Class 1 1200 Friday week at Ipswich and get his ratings up, and hopefully then, and if they decide to take him to Hong Kong, he goes over there, and I know we're sending over a nice horse. But
He'll be ready to go.
He'll be ready to go, yeah. He's a lovely horse. He's pulled up great, and it was a bit frustrating as I thought Mo Fellow was a good chance as well, but he just didn't handle the track. And
his little feet didn't get through the
Yeah,
going.
he's got tiny little tyres, and he'll be better back on top of the ground in a couple of weeks' time. He's a nice horse, and he's definitely one to follow.
Most definitely. And then we went to Doomben on Saturday with Lord Markle and Hodgson. Lord Markle, well, they both didn't like the track. They do like it.
Yeah, probably definitely now. I know that Lordy is, as he's got older, he's not really getting through the hard grounds, and Doomben was very hard on the weekend. I thought he could have been a little bit closer. Not saying that against Jimmy, he just didn't have the speed to go early. He's just tried his guts out all the way to the line, as he does, but he did pull up a little bit jaded from the run. Hodgson, he probably would have been better suited on the Sunday at the sunny coast, but he deserved his chance in town. He was disappointing, but another horse that definitely felt the track. He looked like he was coming into it on the turn, and Justin Huxtable rode him a treat from the barrier. He just didn't let down the way he does. He goes to the paddock now and has a good breather, and he'll come back bigger and stronger, as I know both horses can definitely win more races.
Most definitely. And then on Sunday we went to the Sunshine Coast with Saddles. He drew wide as well, but elected to go back on him and just let him run home. He was stepping up in distance, and ran well.
Yeah, he's a really nice horse. He's very immature and raw. He's got no idea about what he's doing, but his sectionals were really good. He probably just peaked on his run with 100 to go, and another horse from the inside sort of come out and just took his bit of his clear running. He needs sort of everything to go his right at the moment, just because he is very immature. But he'll go to another mile. As I said last week, I wasn't a real fan of going 12 straight to the 16. I would have rather a 15 or a 14, but stick to the mile. Eagle Farm in a couple of weeks against his own age. I think he'll be really hard to beat. He's a nice horse. He's just got to mature that bit more, and once the penny drops, I think that his owners are going to have a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, most definitely. And then we've got a busy week ahead with a lot of horses jumping out at Bow Desert tomorrow, which is awesome that the Gold Coast Turf Clubs allowed us to go out to Bow Desert to use the grass.
Yeah, much needed. Obviously at the moment with the renovations, we don't get much grass for the horses to gallop on, so it was really good of the turf club to let us go out there. We've got 11 jumping out in the morning, so it's going to be a busy morning, and some old and some young horses who I'm really, really excited about coming through. I think one of our best 2-year-olds will step out tomorrow morning, and it'll be exciting to see how he goes. And also former Hawkshot, Beauty Legacy, who went to Hong Kong, was once Derby favourite, a very good horse back here when he was in Australia, and he steps out for the first time tomorrow for us, just to give him a look around. He's a big, gross horse. He'll come on from the jump out. If I can get him back to half as good as I think he can be, he's going to be a very exciting horse, and he'll take on much better races this preparation. So really looking forward to tomorrow's jump outs. And
Les Murdy as well. He's coming back from an injury.
Big Les, one of my old favourites.
Won a few for us last prep.
He did. Big stayer who I think he could run over 10,000 metres if you asked him. He just starts winding up, but he had a setback, but I think the setback's probably been the best thing in the world for him. The time's done him well. He's very, very fresh, and Elion's done a great job riding him every morning because he's a very strong horse. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the big fella back out. He won't be asked to do much. I think he'll be out the back, but he'll be warming up the gears late, and then after tomorrow's jump out, so I have to get home, get changed, and we'll be straight to Taylor's sister's wedding.
Yeah, it's going to be a very busy day for you, and I'll be trying to get myself dolled up for the wedding. So we'll leave it to the boys tomorrow to sort it all out at Bow Desert.
Yeah, it'll be a busy morning. We are going to try and see if we can get some video footage of the jump outs and stuff for our owners. It can be a bit hard at times, just trying to work out how to go about it. But we are trying one thing definitely to get as much footage as possible for you guys.
Looking into our runners for the rest of the week. First up, we've got Know It All Jack on Friday night at the Sunny Coast over 16 and he's drawn barrier 10. Unfortunately, the poor fella can never draw a barrier.
He's cursed with barriers, this horse. Didn't go to plan last start, just put a pen through that run.
I don't think he liked the going.
Nah, he didn't like the poly at all. His work on Tuesday, I'll say, is probably the best he's ever galloped for us. He's very fresh, he's feeling well. Yvette gets back on him. She's ridden him a treat in all runs this preparation. He gets in well at the weights after her claim. Unfortunately, he's going to have to need a bit of luck from the wide barrier, but I think he can run a good race. It's not the toughest of fields. I haven't had a very in-depth look, but just a quick look through it. I think if he can bring his best or produce his best, he'll run a big race.
Then on Saturday, you go to Eagle Farm with the poor. He's drawn well in barrier 2 and he's looking to go for 4 in a row.
Yep, and probably the most exciting horse in our stable. He's a very nerve-wracking horse because I know how good he is, and I know that I just want to see him go and do it again. He's up to 1200. He should run home strongly once again over the 1200. His work on Tuesday was enormous. He's feeling so well, the horse. I don't know if barrier 2 is a good or a bad thing at the moment, as he's a horse that just has to be left alone. So hopefully he doesn't get caught up behind some tired horses. But I know one thing: once Elion asks him to go, he'll be flashing home late. As I said, he's a very exciting horse, and he's got much better races to win than a 75 1200 Eagle Farm. So hopefully he can make it 4 in the bounce, because if he does, we're going to have a lot of fun with him in the future.
Yes, definitely. And then on Sunday, you've got a couple nominated at Grafton, both maideners. Actually, one, Silver Warrior, has come from Hong Kong and originally was from South Africa, so he's been all over the world. Yeah,
he has. He's an old beauty too. He's a beautiful horse to have around the stables. I remember him in Hong Kong. He sort of run some good races and ran some bad races. I just don't know if he really enjoyed being over in Hong Kong. He's blossomed since coming home. His recent trial's enormous. He had a little setback since that trial, but his work on Tuesday was good. I'm really happy the way the horse is going. He's a lovely big strong horse. 1100 is probably short of his best. I think he'll get a mile to maybe even 2000 in time. But I expect him to run a big race. I think he's definitely got the ability to run a good race first up for us. And
Smile Upon a Star.
Yeah, Little Smile Upon a Star. She's one of the stable favourites. Beautiful little grey filly who has been a big work in progress. She was a little hothead when she first came in, but her first up run was great. She had no luck. She got home strongly. I think she'll be very hard to beat on Sunday. Just got to wait to see how the barriers play out, but hopefully she can draw well, because if she does, I think she'll run a big race.
Yeah, she's definitely a little professional. First time at the races, last start, and she knew exactly what her job was.
Yeah.
Stood there and
she's tough as nails. She's very, very tough horse.
You would have thought that she'd been there 10 times before.
Yeah, she was. It's actually a good story. My owner bought her online just when COVID kicked off for very, very cheap. So hopefully you can have a lot of fun with her, because she's tough, and she'll possibly go to a break after, even if she does win on the weekend. I think she deserves a break now, but she's going to be a lovely horse next preparation.
Yes, definitely. And your best bet for the weekend?
After last week, we had a bit of a struggle.
We don't want to have a best bet at all.
I can't go past the Poor. I think he's a very good horse. If he goes, I don't know what price he's going to go up. He'll probably start favourite, but definitely. I think he can run a big race. I'll probably have $5 on him, and maybe have $5 on Smile Upon a Star as well. I think both are good chances, and hopefully it can be a good weekend. You're an owner in Depor, and I'm still yet to see a dinner out of it. So hopefully if he wins this weekend, not that I need any more food, but Taylor might take me for a nice dinner somewhere.
Maybe.
I'm
waiting for the big prize first, and then you'll get it.
Yeah, okay, really. Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything yet.
But of course, I hope that Depor's comes out on top on Saturday.
Yeah, he should. He's an exciting horse. He's going well, so he'll run a big race. And I do think Smile Upon a Star can run a good race. And even old Silver Warrior, if he goes up big odds, I definitely think he can run a race if he draws well.
Yeah, perfect. And in stable news, we've actually had some kids from the Australian Trade College come through the stable earlier this week. We had about 15 of them have a look around, some that have never seen a racing stable and some have.
Yep.
It was more to just show them what it's all about and maybe something that they're interested in, a career that they're interested in going down at some stage. So over the next 6 weeks, we'll have some of them kids come into the stables on work experience where they get to work in the stables and find out what it's all about, which is great for the industry that we've got them people coming through. It's what we need.
Oh, definitely. We've got 2 young girls that have already signed up with us from coming and working for us, doing some experience, 6 to 8 months ago. Jenna and Ella, they're 2 great kids, and 15 young kids walking in this morning, and the smile on their faces with the horses is, that's the start of it. And they seem like a good bunch of kids, and I'm a big believer in giving young people an opportunity, because if we don't give young people an opportunity, we'll struggle to find staff in the future. So, everyone's got to learn. It's obviously
everyone's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And it's good to see, like, you see some kids coming in, they've got no idea, and then next minute they're bloody trying to run the show. So, no, it's good. They've done a great job, the IRTC, and so has the Turf Club, to partner up. I'm a big backer in what they're doing, and I'm excited to see some of the young kids come through and show us what they got. As I said to them this morning, it's not always just patting the horse. It's a lot of hard work. So, but they seem pretty eager to go, and I think a number of those kids have had a lot of horse background, which does help. So, no, they're doing a great job at the AITC.
And for any kids out there watching, what's your normal day? If you put, obviously it changes every day, but a general normal day for you.
Wake up at 3:30. You're normally up before me, and obviously have a coffee, get down here, do the board, tell the riders what they're up to. Obviously the horses are fed, have a bit of a pre-feed before they go out. Then I go over and I get to watch the horses work and check that they're moving freely and happy, and hear back from the riders who ride them every day. Whilst back here, including you and the great team I have, they are all working their butts off to get the next lot out there so we can get the horses all worked of a morning. Then about now we normally come inside, have some breakfast, and I'll go through nominations form or go through my acceptances, make sure they're all done, and if we're lucky we can try and get an hour's sleep. If not, we'll be off to the races like today, and I don't really like doing too much other than that, and then come home from the races, have some dinner and try and relax and go to bed. But
and then you're normally talking to owners or doing updates and things like that throughout the day. Normally, on our drive to the races, Adam would be on his phone the whole time.
Yeah, we don't really talk about much other than racing, Taylor and I, on the way to the races. No,
You're normally on the phone.
I'm a big believer in giving our owners as much information as possible. They pay the bills and they deserve to ask as many questions as they want. So, they get all the updates. That can be very tiring at times, just because you've got so many horses to try and get through. But as much possible as much information as possible. And tomorrow's going to be a busy day with the 11 horses jumping out. So try and get obviously the owners some videos, and then get inside and try and cook some dinner, as Taylor is not a good cook at all. So I'll try and do the cooking, and then we'll go to bed.
But you enjoy it, so that's okay.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy it.
I think it's one of them things you either love or hate.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's fine to do if you
I
like.
do enjoy it. Actually, I just get on my phone and
it's a good downtime.
Try and cook something or just see what I can do. Taylor doesn't like chili and I like chili, so sometimes there's a bit of a disagreement between the dinner options. But no, that's pretty much a standard day in racing. There's always something different to do, but it's long days, but it's very rewarding when your horses get to the race and they win the races, or don't just win, they even get there. It's a long process to get the horses there, so it's very rewarding once they're there.
Yeah, for sure. No 2 days are the same. I think that's a good thing about racing, that you definitely don't get bored in your job because it's always changing.
Yeah, definitely. I've already got owners ringing up now to try and see what the plan will be with Depor. So, no, thank you everyone once again for watching. If you've got any more questions or anything you want to ask, feel free to ask. But good luck on the weekend, and hopefully you can all back a few winners.
Yeah, all the best for racing on the weekend. Thank you.